ApexOnlineRacing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below. Hello everybody and welcome along to the 18th round of AOR Hype Energy's Xbox One Oceania F1 Leagues. Today we go to the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. It's been held in this circuit since 2012 after it was awarded the race on a 10-year contract in 2010 beginning in 2012. Lewis Hamilton has won the most on this track, as well as in 2015 him taking the title on this very circuit. The champion won't be crowned today as the gap between Greek Master and New Zealand Ryan is 3 points, so it's going to be extremely close. I am Jess, your commentator today. Unfortunately, I will be flying solo today due to the fact Fitcho is in Adelaide on holiday and my other two reserve commentators couldn't make it today, so you got just me. But we got some good news though. We got a 12 driver grid tonight, so more than we usually have, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what action we've got on track. If you watched last week's, it was pretty crazy in terms of how many collisions there were, but hopefully they'll keep it cleaner tonight. But in the United States, anything can happen due to track limits. More about that in a minute. But before we get to qualifying, we are about to head on to a hot lap driven by Formula Danny, and we had to have an American commentator commentate on this hot lap. It is Austin Knight taking us through a hot lap around United States Grand Prix.
Howdy everyone, my name is Austin Knight and we are on board with Formula Danny here at the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. First corner is up this massive hill. I sometimes call him Phil. Hard on the brakes and into the apex, and then immediately onto the throttle and down through turn 2. Under the bridge and into the American S's of 3, 4, and 5. Turn 6 is a long right-hander. Keep those reds up because it sets you up for the sharp left-hander of turn 7. Up the hill and to the right of turn 8, and then across the blind turn 9. Blinking, you'll miss it. Here's turn 10. Down this little short chute we go. Up into turn 11. Hard on the brakes, slamming it into the apex. And then immediately onto the throttle and down this over half a mile. Back straight, taking these wonderful Texas views, sinking in, best place on earth. But wait, harder on the brakes. It's turn 12. Flip that apex and enter the arena. It's turn 13. Bunch of slow corners in here. Make your moves right. Turn 14. Clip the apex of turn 15. Wide entry. Hard on the brakes. Turn 16. Down and around the tower we must go of the multi-apex corner of turn 17 and 18. Say hello to the fans over on Haas Hill. Slamming into turn 19. Down this little short chute we go into the last corner. Keep it right, keep it tight. It's turn 20 and across the line. And that is a lap around Circuit of the Americas.
So here we go then. We have got 11 minutes of qualifying remaining, and so far New Zealand Ryan has just set the benchmark on the soft tyres with a 1:32.226, but that is not the fastest time we could expect to see today, with possible lap times will possibly go into the 1:30s, I believe, on the ultra soft tyres. But interestingly enough, most people have gone on the softs as their best tyre, with only a few on the ultras and a couple on the supers. So it'll be interesting to see what tyres they choose as well. And with more drivers on the grid today, this could be proved to be some very interesting races. Now let's look at the championship standings whilst we go for this qualifying session. Greekmaster is currently leading the championship with 295 points, which is him. And we've also got New Zealand Ryan in P2 with a 3-point gap with 292 points. But Jared is still mathematically in a chance to win this title, as well as Fens on 75 points. Fens really has got to win the last 4 races or so in order to stand a chance, and possibly Jared as well, but Jared is still more of a chance of Fens. So basically, if Fens doesn't win this race, possibly his chance is mathematically out of the running. But New Zealand Ryan did manage to take a win last week, so that's why he was able to claw the gap a little bit more, and he was looking very strong as well. And also we have Warden as his teammate as well, so the constructors is pretty much alive for them. HO is in 5th place, and so anyone from like 5th downward is pretty much out of the championship. We've got DLG Gamble in 6th on 69 points. Then it's Neon Tree Dome before my screen goes crazy. There we go. Master Berserk in 8th. Drop Bear in 9th. Drop Bear hasn't turned up to many races this season so far. He hasn't turned up from like Belgium, so I don't know what's happened to him. And we've got Roscoe Arm in 10th place on 35 points. Prez BC is back after a couple of races off. He's on 31. Quicksilver has 15 points, and that laggy person also has 15 points. Again, Quicksilver, not sure where he is, but he's not here tonight. So those are your standings for the drivers. And in terms of the constructors, Williams are in the lead by 90 points. So I don't know what the permutations for the constructors yet. I think the constructors is still pretty much alive with 4 rounds left, and with pretty much 200 points on offer due to the fact there's 100 points for the drivers, 200 points for the constructors. Pretty much it's only between Ferrari and Williams. Mercedes are 240 points behind Williams, so basically it is a two-team fight, should I say, for the constructors title. So should be an interesting one actually, and we thought that Ferrari were going to be out of it when Ben was going into the UK. He's actually arrived in the UK now, I believe, but he got Warden in his place. And I do believe, even though he's joined towards the end of the season, his points for the constructors will count towards the title. Correct me if I'm wrong, but not entirely sure. But Roscoe Arm, the only one that seems to be going for the alternate strategy at the moment with a 134.8. Knowing him, he was the only one to go on the alternate strategy last week. Actually, no, he wasn't. He got pole last week, but he got involved in some sort of collision last week, which put him further down the field. Hopefully, we'll see less collisions from him, and it will go his side today. But he's probably taking it a little bit more cautious today. Prez BC, Neil Tree Dome, HO, and DLG Gamble, the only ones not to set a competitive lap time for today's Grand Prix at the moment. They still have time. They still roughly have about 7 minutes and 33 seconds. I haven't had a radar report from these drivers yet, so I will get one pretty soon. But I think looking at the tyres that people have chosen, it's looking like it's going to be a dry start to the race at least. But I think it's more likely going to be a dry race. It's definitely a dry qualifying, as you can see at the moment. I've been trying to find someone who I can actually take on a lap with. There's quite a few people still stuck in the pits. I think New Zealand Ryan is on a lap currently at the moment, unless he goes into the pits as well. He is going across the final chicane. What lap time is he going to set? I don't think he does improve, but I think it's invalidated, I think, or it might be his out lap. Not entirely sure, but he's going on one now as he goes through the first couple of corners. I need to get a track map. I need to get a track map today of the tracks. I completely forgot to do it, but I haven't found a track with track names yet, so I will find one just for the end, just so I can get the corners right, because otherwise I'll get that corner there and that corner there, and that will be quite bad. But this time in the morning I didn't have time to do that. But anyway, on pretty much nearly all the top drivers are on circuit. New Zealand Ryan, Greekmaster, Roscoe Arm, everyone else is in the pits going on for a change of tyres. I've got the best times at the moment on when they set their best qualifying lap. And if you are new to AOR, if they qualify in the top 10, they have to start qualifying. They have to start the race on the tyre they produced their fastest lap on. So really, I strongly suggest people would go on the soft tyre to begin with, or the supers. But again, we will go through the pit strategy on the formation lap. We have a little graphic that someone's produced for us that will take you through that in the formation lap. Hopefully I will remember this time, because the last time it happened in F2 I forgot. So I will remember this time. Looks like Ryan is on a fast one, but he's running out of fuel. So I think he's going to go into the pits, I think. Yes, he is, because he looked like he was on a faster one, but I don't think he was. My word's getting wrong today. DLG Gamble, sorry, is on a fast lap at the moment. No, he's not. He's on a ERS Mosio, and his fuel is running out. But he's 2 tenths behind Ethan Ryan at the moment, which is pretty good right now. Only DLG Gamble and H.O. on the ultra soft tyres. So could we see them pull a miracle and them take pole position? It is done. We have seen someone do that, and we also just seen the Williams driver, our championship leader, Greek Master, take provisional pole with a 1:31.8. So that is not a bad lap time from the ultra to the soft tyres. And one thing that is going to make a difference for these drivers today, that they have fixed the tyre temps on the new patch, the version 1.16 patch, which makes it the same for pretty much every platform, because there were a few complaints that it was different on each platform, but it is now the same. I forgot how much they reduced it by, but I'm sure that means there's going to be more closer racing. They're going to allow to race each other a lot more as well. And to be honest, I'm very relieved that they have fixed the patch. It seemed to have made a difference for some other leagues I've commentated on this week. I wonder if it's going to make a difference for this league. I think so. I don't think it'll make a difference for the leaders, because they manage their tyres anyway. And I just had a comment in the chat from Nick. None of the corners in USA have corner names. So it's not just me talking bonkers. That's all right. That's fine. So I won't be. Also, I'll just be calling it by turn number. So yeah, I should have known that. But anyway, Fenz is on his lap. Nope, he's in the pits as well. Pretty much everybody is going in the pits. Laggy person still out. Greek Master, I think, is still on his in lap, so I won't be following him. That laggy person just going through sector 2 right now, almost hugging that right curb there, getting the best possible move that you can. Oh, there was a bit of a slide from that laggy person there, so that's not going to stand a chance for his lap, but luckily he's kept it on the circuit, so it's probably going to be a much better lap than it was before, but that mistake will probably cost him a little bit. He's managing his ERS mode fine now at the moment, but I wonder if that slide would have cost him in the race as well, because he's got to use it out and he's in the pits as well. Mars Berserk is coming out on a set. Let me just check what lap he is. He's on a supers, I believe. So we got quite a mixture now that people are starting to do their laps on. So I wonder if Mars Berserk is going for the alternate as well, to do supers to softs or supers to ultras. I have seen people do supers to ultras, and I think it was about nearly halfway through the race, about lap 17, 18, was when they pitted for ultras. But again, the ultras don't last a long time, and it didn't really take place, and it is quite interesting. So, oh, that was a bit of a slide from Mars Berserk, but he's the only one on track at the moment. We're seeing more people go now out laps. That is Mars Berserk, DLG Gamble, and Neil Treedome as well. So luckily, everyone's going out anyway, so I won't be left to a pit screen at the moment, so that's all good. Mars Berserk actually hasn't been doing too well in terms of the championship this year, obviously due to the fact that there was no line in this league. He's had, in the last 5 races, he's DNF'd in all 5. So he really needs some much better luck here. And he was on for a good result in Japan, but unfortunately he retired there. And I think it was the only retirement last time about in Japan. So hopefully he's looking for a much better result. He's going to be the first person to set possibly his final. It's probably going to be his final lap, but he's probably going to have time to set one more lap as well. A few people just gone on their out lap, so they only have chance to go out on one more, as far as I believe. Presbycy, excuse me, Presbycy, I don't think is going to set a lap time because he is still in the pits right now. I don't think it's going to be faster lap times unless they can prove me wrong, because they're on a set of supers, a few on the ultras. Nobody's on the softs right now, so I wonder if the supers are going to be the best for them. Now, the supers is not the alternate strategy, it's the soft. I always get the tyres mixed up around here due to the fact that they keep changing the tyres every week on this game. Well, no, they keep every race on this game. So that's why I do get a little bit confused as to what tyres are on. So the soft is the hardest, then it's the supers, then it's the ultras. Yeah, sorry about that. It is early morning, guys. I only woke up an hour ago. So anyway, Master Berserk is on a lap at the moment, and I think they really want to get their fastest lap in as soon as possible. I don't think Neil Cheatham has retired as well. HO's still in the pit, so he's not going to set a lap time at the moment. Is Master Berserk going to get across the line in time? I think he might. There's still a few other people. Gamble, I think, is just going to cross the line. Warden is going to set one final lap. So is Jared. Jared is up to third. I think New Zealand Ryan is not going to have time to set one. I think Greek Master and New Zealand Ryan are about to go on their final lap. Master Berserk doesn't improve. He loses about 3 seconds there. So he's going to set one more lap, I believe. But he's slowing down, and he's not going to take any further part in qualifying, as you can see. So who is the furthest out of that? Let's look at on board with New Zealand Ryan as he goes past sector 2 on our right hand side of our screen. As he goes to the right hand side, he's on low ERS mode, so I don't think it could be a fast lap, but he could prove us wrong. We may need lower ERS mode in terms of tyre temps, but hey ho on that one, as he's got a couple more corners to go. DLG Gamble taking second place in that McLaren on the set of Ultras, and but I wonder if it's going to pay off for him, as he's going to pit quite earlier on than everybody else, as he's got a final few corners to go. Is he going to get pole for Greek Master? Yes, he does at the moment, a 1:31.1, but Greek Master's still got the final few corners to go for him to get pole again. Let's just see, can he do it? Yes, he can with a 1:30.8. Roscoe doing well on a set of the Ultras. We've got Jared on a lap at the moment as well. Let's see if he can improve. He only gets 4th place at the moment. And I don't think anybody else is on a lap. No, they are not. So, your pole man this week is Greek Master, your championship leader. Now, he definitely needs this because he really wants to finish ahead of Greek Master this week. I didn't quite see where Ben's qualified on the grid, but I will get the standings up in a minute once everyone has finished readying up. So, I will check in a minute. There we go. So, Greek Master takes pole on a set of super soft tyres, which is definitely going to help him with a 1:30.8. Then we got New Zealand. He's the only one actually to go onto the 1:30.8, which is good to see. New Zealand Ryan in P2 with a 1:31.1. Then we got Roscoe 1:31.2. Jared in 4th place. Gamble in 5th. Warden in 6th. Laggy Person in 7th. Master Berserk in 8th. And Fens lower down in 9th, but probably he's going for the alternate strategy and helping his teammate at this point. With Neon Trudeau and Pres BC and HO not setting any lap times as far as I'm aware. So, we're about to get to the race. We got the 2 championship contenders on the front row. This could about to get very spicy going into turn 1. It is going to be a dry race, which is going to be interesting. And before we get to the formation lap, here is a few words from our sponsors, Hype Energy. Okay then, so we are about to kick off with the formation lap as Greek Master leads the field away for the start of this race. So I'm just going to get the tyres up very quickly because I'm going to be talking a little bit to you about the tyre strategy, because I know there may be some of you that are racing later that always watches these streams just to get an idea on the strategy, but the strategy, to be honest, can be played by ear, but this is the one that most people are going to be setting their laps on. So let me just get it up on your screens right now. Here we go. So there will be people going. The best strategy will be to start on the super softs and pit around about laps 8 to 11 and then go on the soft to the end of the race. And if people are going for the alternate strategy, they will start on the soft, pit around laps 16 to 18, and then they will go on the supers towards the end there. But we do have 2 people on the ultras, so the ones that are going to be on the ultras are definitely going to pit a lot earlier than the guys on the supers and the softs. We have people from 8th downwards starting on the alternate strategy, which is the soft tyre, which is Mars Berserk, Fens, Neil Tridome, Prez BC and HO. So they're going to be the ones that are going to pit quite late, and I wonder if that's going to help their teammates out if they're in that situation. Well, both the Red Bulls are quite lower down anyway, but I'm sure that's going to help Greekmaster if Fens holds up the rest of the field. But again, we'll just have to find out. But I think due to the new tyre temps, I did see a few guys in other leagues as well, and a few practices in another league I commentate on Sunday nights for AOR for F2. I've seen in practice a few of these guys were able to go on the ultras to around about lap 11. But if the patch wasn't there, it probably would have been about lap 6, lap 8. So it probably has made a difference. That's probably a lot more have done that. So let's see if they make it cleanly into turn 1. Luckily, no one has got disqualified from the formation lap there. So luckily, go away camera. I want to go on the right camera. There we go. So we got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is lights out, and away we go for the United States Grand Prix. And looks like we got a pull as the 2 championship contenders being pushed almost off the track, as we've already got starting to get positions left, right and centre here and change. New Zealand Ryan's in the lead, Jared in second, Greekmaster losing a bit of position. What's going on at the back of the field? Have they made it clean through turn 2? Yes, they have so far. That is a little bit of relief. Roscoe in 6th there, but Fen's already making up some ground in P7 as well, as Roscoe is managing to cover away as well. It's a very tricky corner to overtake. I don't know how these guys are doing it, but they seem to be doing it with ease right now. But that means Roscoe retains P6, but we already see a train forming already. Greekmaster's now back up into second, with Jared dropping as well. Let's see what's going on at the back. We've got Neil Cheatham and Gamble fighting for the final bit of set to 2. We've got the Red Bull on the right hand side, and looks like Gamble's going to get the better line here going into that exit. What a move from Gamble there. And we also got the 2 Red Bulls still fighting for position, so far all looking good. But we also got some battling with HO and that laggy person as well. Almost a bit of banging. I do see a bollard on the track there. Not sure how that cost a little bit there. Prezi BC still at the back, but still managing to keep in close proximity between the other drivers, which is really good. But right now, New Zealand Ryan getting the much better start than everybody else, and he's already pulling away 1.8 second gap. That laggy person is still fighting crazily for position right now. But Greekmaster is going to look on the inside of Jared going into turn 1. Is he going to do it? They're all side by side at the moment. Looks like he's done it, but Jared has got the switch back a little bit there. Unfortunately, the camera cut off a little bit there to see what happened, and I wonder if the cameras will be fixed for the next game. Hopefully they are, because I'll have to go on board like this. There we go. That's a much better angle to show that as well. Roscoe not that far behind the Force India Master Reserve as well. So these guys slowly catching up as well. But New Zealand Ryan is having a league of his own at the moment. He's like, I've had a good start, I'm already pulling away, and he's probably liking the battles going on ahead, behind him, not ahead of him. So that's good to see as well. As we've got battles for 5th, as we got Mars Berserk. Roscoe getting past Mars Berserk, but Mars Berserk is still right behind. We've got Fens as well joining in the pie as well. Looks like Fens is going to get the middle of those 2 then. 3 wide, it doesn't usually end well, but I don't know what's going to happen here, as they're all going on the train, taking a left-hand line, taking a much similar line here as they go through this long set of corners, probably one of the longest set of corners on the F1 calendar on the United States Grand Prix. So very interesting, as they're going to get the right-hand side line, and I think Fen's a little bit far behind at this moment in time. But Greek Master's not that far behind Jared either. This is going to be very feisty, I must say. But I think the battle for the midfield is pretty much closer. I am keeping an eye on Greek Master versus Jared. Do not worry, because I know a few people would want to check that as well. So Roscoe, I'm still in 6th. Laggy person, HO turn 1. Ooh, that was close between that Laggy person and HO, I must say. But HO is now up into 10th. We got our first penalty. I did say there was going to be a lot of penalties there. And we got that coming up as well. How is Greek Master doing? They keep switching positions left, right and centre here. But it's quite hard to trap battles when it's just me in the commentary box. But again, I will be keeping an eye on them, as Greek Master is not that far ahead or not that far behind of Jad. They're probably going to fight for quite a while in this Grand Prix as well as Fens in the other Williams as well. Then I don't think he's got in DRS range. He's probably the closest. He's Emma Bean. He's probably got a little bit more corner speed going through the last part of sector 2. He's gained about 1 second that lap, which is pretty decent. Probably the DRS has probably helped him. And Roscoe Arm is trying to get the position back from Fens, and he's up into 6th, but Fens is right behind him as well. I wonder if the softs are going to come into its own between the ultras and the softs, because obviously the ultras don't last very long, but it will be up to Roscoe Arm to see if he can get those ultras to 10 laps. But I wonder if he can. I think he might do, and we're starting to see more penalties come up with that Laggy person and Preds BC, both 3-second time penalties. So at the moment, we've already got people lower down the field, but let's see what Fens is going to be doing. And we got Master Berserk not that far behind Moscow. I'm having a very good race so far, still in P6. He's going to get some very valuable points as well. But Fens, he's on the gearbox of Moscow Arm right now. But obviously, his trick is where to take here, so he's not going to... Oh no, Preds' penalty is now up to 6 seconds. That's not going to help him whatsoever. He's in last place right now. So it's really about damage limitation for Preds BC at this moment in time as we go into the opening, well, as we go to the middle stages of this Grand Prix. And I'm just seeing what other battles we've got at the moment. We've got Neon, the 2 Red Bulls fighting for position. Gamble's not that far behind Fens either. It's around about a second gap between them, but not enough to grab some speed. But you can get a little bit more speed in terms of the corners. And Master Berserk is closing up to Warden as well, so this could be very feisty for those two as well. So pretty much a 5-way battle for 4th, which is going to be between Warden, Master Berserk, Roscoe Arm, Fens and Gamble as well. So very, very interesting there. I wonder how that's going to play out between those two, as Fens is still catching up to Roscoe Arm. And I don't know why I'm still keeping an eye on Greek Master and Jab. I don't think the gap's going to change anytime soon, but it might be going into turn 1. Let's see if they get the opportunity here. That Laggy person just got a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, Greek Master a little bit too further back to make the move into turn 1. How about Fens on Moscow Rom? No, he's a bit too further back as well. But I think the Red Bulls are equally in good distance as well. Neilchi don't have a really good race as well, but I'm not going to say too much because I am known in commentators cursing in AOR, so I'm not going to say any more things right now. So I'm going to keep it shush about saying if they do it well. I'm going to say it towards the end, but not now. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So 5 laps already. We are approaching 5 laps to go for people on the ultras for pitting. Oh no, Preds BC is out of the race. Preds BC is out. I think he's in a salver. So that has been unfortunate for Preds BC. Unfortunately, I couldn't cut to him close enough to see what the move was. But Master Berserk, we've got Roscoe on Fens. They're side by side. Luckily, I caught this right on time, actually. I wonder if Roscoe's arm's tyres are starting to run out. But he holds on only just to Fens. But Fens, oh, there's a bit of touching wheels from Roscoe Arm and Master Berserk. Could this be Fens' chance to capitalise on Roscoe's mistake? He is going to make an interesting time bump on Roscoe Arm. Yes, he does. He does that very well. Oh, he goes off the circuit, Fens. That might have cost him a little bit. That's allowing Roscoe Arm a little bit of breathing space to try and catch him up. again, but a very good move with Fens before he made that mistake, and he's now up into T6 right now. He's doing ever so well as they go through turn number 1, and I think they're all, I think Warden is already about 1.6 seconds to clear Master Berserk, so I think that battle for 4th is going to be over. Oh! Master Berserk is now off the circuit! So he's off the circuit around the first part of Sector 1, so it's very tight. And it's his 6th DNF in a row for Master Berserk. He is not having the best of season, Master Berserk. And I just hope he finishes a race, but he didn't, which is a bit of a shame. So he is out, but that means it's going to be very feisty between Ven, Vosco Arm and Gamble. But look at Greekmaster. Greekmaster's closing up on Jad than ever before. We got a yellow flag in Sector 2. We got a virtual safety car. Who has caused that virtual safety car? I didn't see that. I wonder if it was Master Berserk that caused it. I don't know. Or it might just be in the game saying, oh, there was a yellow flag in Sector 2, but it's not telling me where it is. So, once I find out where it is, I will tell you guys. So, I keep saying so, I shouldn't really be saying so, but now due to that virtual safety car, that's going to allow maybe people to get a good jump. Oh, Greekmaster in the pits. And he's got a 5-second stop though, that's definitely costed him. He was hoping that virtual safety car was going to last long. And Greekmaster got a drive-through penalty, but that's harsh. He's in the pits. He's in the pits and he got a penalty for speeding on the virtual safety car, but that is the pit speed limit, so obviously you probably have to go slower anyway. So that's allowing Jared some breathing space. We got Roscoe Arm and Gamble fighting for position. I think Gamble is still in 5th, but Roscoe Arm is getting a better run. Some crazy actions happening in the next couple of laps, and I think what Greekmaster done, he thought I may as well pit, thinking that the safety car, the virtual safety car, will last a bit longer, but I think it stopped when he was going into the pit, so he probably regretted. So Greekmaster's all the way down into 9th place right now. So we're not going to see the battle that for Jared that we need. So yeah, a lot of wows in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of wows in the chat. So a few people are a bit shocked, but that's allowing I think Fens to try and catch up to Warden as well. Now Fens got the jump on Gamble, I must have checked, whilst I was following Greekmaster in the pit, so he's now up into 4th place, which is good, but I think he might have still been in 5th whilst Greekmaster was in the pits. Anyway, looks like Greekmaster is probably looking like he's going on a 2-stop. Or he's probably going to, no, he's not going for a 2-stop, my bad. He's going, I think he's going to try and get to the end. We will get to a point the sauce will start to run out very quickly, so I wonder if it's going to pay off a little bit. We'll just have to find out soon as we approach the halfway point. We've still got 2 people on the Ultra Soft, still running very good at the moment. It's not showing signs of running out as well, so hooray for the Tide 10 patch, I must say, which is allowing for some very close racing between these two, and I think that's going to help them ever so slightly as well as we're approaching the final 4 races as well. So I wonder how it's going to heat up towards the end, because also we got USA, which is obviously now. We also got Mexico next week. Oh, Roscoe, I'm getting a penalty there. That was probably the corner where a lot of people got caught up on. We got Mexico next week. We've got Brazil the week after. Then we got Abu Dhabi. Now, those 3 tracks are absolutely amazing, and the championship is still close. But we got the Red Bull trying to make a move on Roscoe Arm. Maybe it's time to pit for Roscoe Arm. If Neon Tree Dome makes this move stick, we'll just have to find out as he goes through the right-hand side of Sector 2. Yes, he does, but look at Roscoe Arm on the right-hand side. A little bit of lag from, I think, one of the Hash drivers. I think that was Laggy person that was suffering from lag there. No pun intended. Haha. Can't believe I said that. Oh, Roscoe Arm. That was a bit of a slide there. Yeah, he'll probably have to pit, I think, in the next lap, because I don't think he's going to get those tyres for these next 2 laps. And yeah, we had a few questions in the chat. What was the pole time? And luckily Nick has answered that for you. It was a 1:30.8 was the pole time for the Oceania Leagues. But I wonder if we will see some faster lap times this evening in the European leagues. I hope we do. I hope we do. But anyway, Roscoe Army's going into the pits. Gamble is staying out. I think he's handling his tyres more than Roscoe Arm, I must say. But obviously we still got people on the supers and the softs. Warden and Fens on the soft. We got Fens not that far behind Warden, actually, as Warden is still in third place, but Fens is catching up. He is known to produce some very good moves with Warden. We have seen at the last half of the season with Warden and Fens when they were allowed to use line and void. That was absolutely intense, and I was a bit worried that we weren't going to see battle between Warden and Fens this season, but I think we might get a battle between them two, you know. It has been a long time coming between Warden and Fens, and we are approaching the same. There's a pit window, or he's got a bit of damage. I think it's a pit window for Fens, but I think it's not going to be till lap 16, so I don't know. It might just be my game glitching on me. But anyway, Fens is going to go side by side with Warden. Warden getting a better line, but Fens managing to do well to get that position there, taking a different line, and he's up into P3. Very good for Fens. Beatmaster probably will be happy with that, but Warden could get another chance in these next couple of corners as well. So very well done from Fens. He's having a time of his life. Could he do what Jared did a few races ago? I think it was in Singapore, yes. In Singapore, where he started on the alternate strategy. And he came on to win the race. Now, it wasn't. When was it he started with the alternate strategy? I can't remember. But it was one race. It might be, oh, no, it was Italy. I'm losing track right here, but it was one race where Jared started on the alternate strategy and he got second or third. So I wonder if that's going to be the case for Fens in the Williams. This could be likely, you know, as DLG Gamble pitting on the set of the softs. That was predicted anyway because we're on lap 10 right now. And good job on Gamble for managing those tyres till lap 10. So if you are watching this and are racing, there is proof in the pudding with this new patch. The Ultras do go to lap 10. So if you want to run the Ultras tonight, it is doable, but we'll just have to find out. That it's good that we got the tyre temper because we've got a mix of strategies right here as well. So Warden, I think Fens is already starting to fall away, so maybe Fens' tyres are a little bit more close. But look, Warden's starting to get more speed on the corners. I think that is what his setup is geared to, I think, for Warden. And he was 3 tenths quicker than his previous best in Sector 2. So yes, he is definitely going faster right now. But your current race leader, New Zealand Ryan, is 3.3 seconds behind Jared. He is doing very well. We haven't been following him that much because he's having a well of a time at the moment. This is a Ryan that we know pretty much as well. But we've got DLG Gamble and Roscoe Arm challenging for position there as well. Roscoe Arm is on older tyres than Gamble, so Gamble was initially going to get the move done there, but Roscoe, he's got the left-hand side line. Surely it was going to be a move for him, but it was a bit of a mistake for him currently as well. They're very close together, these two, as well, and they're able to fight in very close proximity around here as they go through the final corner. Maybe this could be their other chance going into the first uphill corner, and as Austin was saying in his hot lap, it's very important you get turn run right, because otherwise when you approach turn 2 it is going to be very, very tricky. So and I think these two managed to do it all right as well. None of the leaders have pitted yet, but we got Greek Master saying the fastest lap, so he's going to get some glory anyway. I don't know what the fastest race lap here is right now. Apparently Greek has pitted again. Let me just check the stops a minute. Greek has pitted again. Oh, he had to serve his stop go. Yeah, Greek had to pit again because he had to serve his stop go. So he must have served his stop go on his second stop. So that's costed him a lot of time. So he's having a horrible race right now. But these two are still fighting. Thanks to someone for pointing it out in chat that you noticed the Greek Master has pit. I was concentrating on battles, that's why I wasn't paying attention to if Greek Master was pitting or not. Roscoe Arm is going to challenge Gamble for the move then. Taking the inside. That is a great move from Roscoe Arm. Now up into P7 there. Gamble may challenge him going again into this long set of corners, but you never know. But there we go then. We've got New Zealand Ryan and Jared both in the pits, and they've been both following each other, so they've been following exactly the same time. Now, let's just hold on a second. Let's just get the pit strategy up just to get an idea. So what was predicted pit stop strategy? Laps 8 to 11 on a set of the supers. So that was clearly the right time to pit. So I think it's only a 2-lap difference between the ultras and the supers. So to be honest, if I was you, it doesn't matter what lap time is, but if you want much cooler tyre temperatures, go on the supers. So that was a little bit of an indication as to what, and Warden there, I think Warden's still yet to pit as well, I believe. Let me just check on stops again. Yeah, Warden's still yet to pit as well. Jared's still got traffic ahead of him, of Neon Tudor, who's also yet to pit. So basically, New Zealand Ryan is our net leader with Jared in second. And Roscoe potentially could be a net third, but it depends if he gets his tyres up to temperature as well. But we've still got Warden and Fence trying to stretch their stints a little bit. And then let me just get the leader gap up as well, just so you get a bit of a more idea as well. Some people are saying I'm saying Roscoe Armin wrong. I'm clearly not, but anyway. But anyway, Warden is not that far behind from Fens now again. Fens is pulling away from Fens after Fens made that battle a couple of laps ago. So he's doing very well with Fens. Neil Tredo, he's still got a couple of laps before he has to pit. Don't forget, the softs will last around the laps 16 and 17. And that will depend on whether you go on the supers or the ultras. There's only a few laps difference. Jared just easily goes past Jared there. And a few people in chat actually are saying Fens might go on the ultras. I was thinking that actually. So the predicted window is lap 16 to 18 for the soft to the supers. Due to the fact there's not much difference, I wonder if he's going to go on the ultras to the end to get the edge on everyone else. So Fens might have timed this very well. So I thought Fens was going to go on the softs to start with to help his teammate, but Greenmaster's having a horrible race. Maybe he wants to win and get a podium so he can still claw some points in the constructors. Because P1 and P2 at the moment is still Williams versus Ferrari. So, interesting. And Greenmaster's got another 3-second time penalty. He is not having the best race, I must say. Hopefully he will have a race again. If it stays like this, Ryan probably will potentially get the lead, because obviously Greenmaster will probably gain only 2 points. So New Zealand Ryan will get the lead of this championship, which is going to be absolutely close, I must say. I think it's going to go down to a bit of wire here. We've still got Mexico, Brazil and Abu Dhabi, like I said. And I'm just seeing what other battles we've got at the moment. We've got Gamble on Laggy Pass, and that's the only battle we've got on track at the moment. Obviously, with a few people in the pit, that is why we're not seeing many people go. And obviously the ones on the soft are still going out pedal to the metal. Warden just getting a 3-second time penalty. Pretty much, I think everyone's got a time penalty apart from New Zealand Ryan and Fens. Not saying any more before they get penalties. I've probably just jinxed it now, haven't I? I'm not going to jinx it anymore. I'm not that person. And is it? Oh, HO's ghosting. I think HO's disconnected. Or he's running on his AI, I don't know. But HO's probably having a few problems as well. And for those of you that are wondering and have just joined, where is Greekmaster? Why is Greekmaster in 9th? Oh, we got Warden and New Zealand Ryan battling. But obviously New Zealand Ryan got up into P2, so obviously Warden still has to pit. So I think Warden let New Zealand Ryan through. I think they're in a party together, so they were doing a Hamilton-Bottas thing, I must say. But anyway, for those of you are wondering, where is Greekmaster? Greekmaster was running at the top. And before he pitted, and he pitted on the virtual safety car, thinking he was going to time it just right. He then got a 5-second penalty stop go for speeding in the pit lane. Also got another penalty for speeding on the virtual safety car. Probably one of them might get removed due to the fact that obviously you can't go any slower than that. But I don't know. But that is what happened. So that's why Green Masters made 2 stops, and he had to serve his stop go, so otherwise you'll get a 5-second stop penalty for unserved stop go. So that's why he had to pit as well. So yeah, HO's in the chat. Maybe I can get more information as to why HO disconnected. I don't know, but hopefully HO can give more of a light up here. As we got the 2 Haas drivers. But in that laggy person just moved it up into 6th. Oh, there's a bit of lag from that laggy person again. That's probably not going to help Roscoe Arm. But they're still fighting for position. Anyway, and that's another penalty for Roscoe Arm as well. I think I should start really tracking on how many times people have got penalties. But again, I will find out as well. So we'll just have to find out. So we're pretty much on the halfway stages of this Grand Prix, much cleaner than we've seen last time about in Japan. So thank you, Oceania, for giving us a much better race than last week so far in terms of clean racing, which is good to see. And in the next few laps, we can start seeing the soft runners pitting. So that will be Fens, Warden, Neil Treedome, and HO. And Warden's pitting now. As I said, I only just hit the wall. Oh, and Warden got a 5-second stop go. Oh no, oh poor Warden. So Warden is going to pit. What tire he's going to go? When he's going to the supers, I would expect him to go onto the super because I don't think the ultras will go to the end. I think looking at what Fens is doing, and Fens is staying out, I think Fens is going for the softs to ultra strategy. And I think between him and New Zealand Ryan is about 2 seconds. I think he's gonna let me just look at the leader gap again. He's gonna come behind Neil Treedome and just in front of Warden. So Fens and Warden are still going to be battling for position, and bearing in mind Warden has got penalties. So this can be intriguing, but maybe Fens can gain some more time. So maybe what you guys, some of you are saying in the chat, thinking, oh, Fens could go on the ultras. It might work, you know. It might work. So whoever suggested that, gold star for you. Maybe, if this turns out right. But we'll have to find out. So Warden is on the supers to the end. And obviously HO still to pit. Neil Treedome, I think we'll pit the next lap, I believe. If my jinx is right. So hey ho about that. It's nice to see some of you in the chat early morning, and don't forget, if you would like to support AOR, don't forget to subscribe and like the stream and turn notifications on. Jared just saying the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Fens in the pits, he's going on the supers, so he is not going for the ultra strategy than other people thought and what I thought. So I think he thought that he wasn't going to take those. Neil Treedome's going on a set of ultras as well. So I think for the win, it's going to be between New Zealand Ryan, Jared and Fens, maybe. But it depends how many penalties. We'll have to see how many penalties Fens has got. Warden's got another one. Warden, be careful. In about a few laps' time, I will be checking on how many penalties people have got, because I know in the last Oceania, I think I did commentate on the Oceania race last season in season 15, and it was decided on penalties. I remember, I remember it was decided on penalties for the Oceania race in season 15 that I commentated on, and it might be. I don't think it will be decided on penalties for the top 2 at least, but you never know. Hopefully some of these guys do not make mistakes. We'll just have to wait and see. And I don't think we will have Driver of the Day votes open, I don't think. So I think what I'll do is, and when we get to around, well, soon anyway, in about lap 22 or so, we'll just get people to say in chat who they think should be Driver of the Day, and then the people with the most votes gets Driver of the Day. How about that? I'll do that. That's what a few people have done as well. Now, HO did get an invite to rejoin the game. I can't invite him, unfortunately, because I'm currently spectating. And I'm not in a party either, so I can't invite HO into the lobby. So I think, unfortunately, that's HO's race over, which is a shame. But he is still in good time, so it is. Let me just get the interval. There we go. A few people wanted the interval, so I've got the interval up for you. And we've got. I always keep missing these, probably because I've got the wrong gaps on. Laggy person's got another penalty. Neil Treedome's now up into 7th. He's on the charge right now. Look at this. Could Neil Treedome catch up to Roscoe Arm? I think he can, you know. Roscoe Arm is not that far behind his teammate either. Roscoe Arm can't afford to make mistakes. Luckily, Roscoe Arm is having a much better race than he did last few races, actually. He's not last, which is good. So that could pretty much be a win in itself, to be honest. We'll just have to find out. But maybe Neil Treedome could be a dark horse in this for getting a few good points, as he's also chasing for the midfield battles in terms of the championship. So not all is lost for him. Not all is lost. So, in terms of tyre deck, Easy and Ryan Jad have been on the softs for 7 laps. HO 17, but obviously he still is AI, so I think the AI is going to be on the soft until the AI thinks that they can go on. But obviously the AI is going quite slowly than what HO would be doing, so that's probably why. As a Fens is already. He's about 8 seconds separated to Jared. I wonder if that's going to be very enticing. Neil Treedome is almost in DRS range of Roscoe Arm by. He's got around about 5 tenths to make. And so for those of you that are wondering, is the commentator male or female? I'm female. Just thought I'd let you know. I do sound like a kid, but I'm not a kid. I do get a lot of like that when I'm at work as well, so don't worry. Anyway, so I think he's DRS range, Neil Treedome. He is, almost. He's got to find 35,000 a second. Yes, he is. He's in DRS range, so. Oh no, and Fend has got a time penalty. But I think Fend has got less time penalties than Warden, so that's definitely going to help him. And. He's probably Neil Treedome going to gain a bit more speed coming, just breaking board the 50-metre board. You can see Roscoe Arm and Neil and that laggy person on the same camera shot with Neil Treedome as well. He does lose a bit of time on the corners actually. He gains a little bit more on the straight as far as I'm aware. But he could be on for a best result, but I think Neil Treedome does have a few penalties as well. Not that entirely sure, but you know. Right, I am seeing the battle for the top 3. I think it's not going to budge, so we're just going to follow what's going to happen with Neil Treedome and Roscoe Arm. He's got DRS. He's closer than he's ever been before going into turn 1. But he's not going to make it sit right now. But maybe in the next lap or in the next DRS straight, he could get Roscoe Arm. It is possible. I've seen a few people overtake on the S's in the opening few laps, but luckily they haven't been doing it at the moment because obviously they do want to avoid risking gaining any penalties. So that's why Neil Treedome is backing out a little bit, I think, at the moment. So he's on 3 laps use super softs. They're going to go around to about lap 12. Oh well, for 12 laps I mean. So he's going to last till the end of the race for him. So he's pitted at the right time. And I wonder if Greek Master, I think, can manage his tyres to the end, and so can GLG Gamble as well. Roscoe Arm has also been another person who's been on those softs for quite a long time, and we could see those starts run out soon as well. So maybe eventually the time that we could see some of the guys that have been on different tyres start to pounce a little bit. And we could see Fens, Warden and Neil Treedome come into play a little bit. Let us know in the chat. And do you think New Zealand Ryan is going to hold on to the win? The gap now between New Zealand Ryan and Jad is now 5 seconds. He's basically taken the lead in turn 1, on lap 1, and he stayed there for pretty much the whole race. So for those Ryan fans, sorry I haven't been following him because obviously he's having a trouble-free race and he's been driving well and he's trying to catch up. Well, not catch up. He's trying to make sure he holds on to that position. So he's having the time of his life at the moment. So that's why I haven't been following him. But I don't think the Tree Dome is making the necessary moves that he wants. But I wonder, I think the reason why he's not making the moves because Roscoe Armour's got a penalty. He's got quite a few penalties. I think Neil Tree Dome might have less. I was going to check penalties now, but I am a bit cautious that Neil Tree Dome might make a move in sets 2 coming up, potentially. So I just want to follow this battle before I check penalties because I really don't want to miss a battle. So I just want to check right now and see if he can do it. He's in DRS range. Not quite close enough, but he may prove me wrong. He's going to take the left-hand side. Yes, he has been proved wrong. Oh, a bit of a lock-up from Neil Tree Dome. Oh, a bit of a slide there. It's going to go side by side. Very tight exit there. They're wheel to wheel at the moment. Is Neil Tree Dome going to take 6th place from Roscoe Arm? Not at the moment. Maybe that lock-up. Oh, and does Neil Tree Dome? He could get the switch back. He could get the position again. Laggy person's right behind. Oh, they're insanely close, Neil Tree Dome and Roscoe Arm. Looks like Neil Tree Dome gets the move done on this occasion. Wow. I knew he was going to make the move at some point, and he did, probably due to his tyres. Holy moly. Well done to Neil Tree Dome. He's having the time of his life right now, but there's still Roscoe Arm right behind him, trying to challenge for a move, potentially, as well. So I think there's probably a few Neil Tree Dome fans in the chat going crazy. So, you know, as we've got a bit of a slide again from Roscoe Arm. So I think here's a chance for me to look at penalties for the rest of the guys. Obviously, I usually get my co-commentator to do it, but obviously there's no co-commentator, so I will check now. Race director. New Zealand Ryan has obviously got none. He's only got one warning, so he's having a very clean race. Jared, he's got 2 warnings. Fens, he's got 1 penalty and 2 warnings. Warden, he's got 1, 2. He's got a stop go and he's got a penalty. If he needs to serve his stop go, that laggy person, oh my god, he's got a load of penalties. I'm not even going to attempt to count how many penalties that laggy person has got. Neil Tree Dome, that's going to be crucial. Neil Tree Dome has 2. So let me just look at Roscoe Arm's penalties then. So Neil Tree Dome, no matter what, is going to be ahead of Roscoe Arm because Neil Tree Dome has less penalties than Roscoe Arm. So there you go. And Great Master still right there trying to challenge for position. I wonder if I was Green Master right now, would I hit to go get fastest lap so he could still get a bit of glory? A few people liking that move in the chat from Neil Tree Dome. To be honest, I was liking that move as well. So you weren't the only ones. Ben's gaining another penalty. I can't call who's going to get the podium positions. It's going to change. In terms of penalties, we'll have to find out. Only the top 2 hasn't got penalties. Everybody else has. So I think those 2 are running some very clean races right now. But interestingly enough, Ben is now 4.6 seconds behind Jared. But obviously due to the penalties Ben has got, I think Ben is probably going to stay in the podium positions. So we'll just have to find out as well. So it's time to get your driver of the day vote. Excuse me. Time to get your driver of the day votes in. Just say in chat who you think is going to get driver of the day. So obviously we don't have the votes that we usually have. So let us know who you think should be driver of the day. And the ones with the most votes in the chat will be driver of the day. So I thought I'd do that. I thought if someone can get some glory, that would be nice. So we got 2 retirements so far in this Grand Prix. And that is Master Berserk and Presby C. Those are the only retirements as far as I'm aware. Obviously HO's disconnected, so I think he counts the 3rd one. So pretty much everyone that's still running is going to get some points. So that's going to be some decent moves right now. As not much action happening on track now, I must say. So, but it could be some action happening between. Oh, Neil Trido's not that far behind that laggy person either. So this could be very enticing. But it will get to the point again where the thing is starting to run out as well. So we'll have to find out as well. So, Rick in the chat wants me to look at position changes. Don't you worry, I will get that. To see who has gained the most. Here you go. We already see Roscoe Armour's dropped 4. Greek Master's dropped 7. Gamble has dropped 4. Fend has gained 6. So he's the biggest gainer so far this race. And so has Neil Trido. He's gained 4 as well. So that probably might help some of you guys decision for driver of the day. But if I was you, don't vote in the chat until towards the end, because you never know. I have seen in some Oceania races, Hungary in particular, where it goes down to the wire on the final few laps and it can change. But it doesn't look like it's going to change here, so it's all good. And he's closing up to that laggy person. Surely this could be a move for him. That'll be utter scenes if Neil Trido makes that move on that laggy person. But that laggy person's still doing quite well in 5th. But that laggy person, more looking at the penalties, you've probably seen it as well. I was going to count how many penalties that laggy person's got, but the amount of penalties he's got, you know, what's happened. Val has just said why Greek Master is in 8th. I did say in the stream earlier, but you probably joined quite late into the stream, so I will explain it again. Greek Master pitted around about lap 5 or 6 due to the fact that he thought he was going to get a good pit stop under the virtual safety car. The virtual safety car ended as he was about to pit. He got a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane, and then he got another 5-second penalty for speeding on the virtual safety car. So he's got loads of penalties right now. That's why he's in 8th for now. He's still gained 2 positions though from last place. So he is still doing damage limitation right now. So that is why he is where he is. I'm not. If a few more people say why Green Master's in 8th, I'll just get someone else to explain it, because I explained it so many times. But you've just joined the stream, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, 3 more laps to go of this very enticing. Oh, look at Fens. Fens is 2.8 seconds behind Jared now. He's on a roll right now for Fens, but I think he's still going to be in 3rd though, by the looks of things. Jared having a good race as well in P2, so that's going to help Jared close up in the championship. Before this race, Jared was 55 points behind New Zealand Ryan. He's probably going to be around 40, 30 points. So Jared's mathematically still going to be in there. Still going to be in the championship fight. And obviously Greek Master will still be with it as well as Ryan as well. So I wonder when the championship will be decided. It did got last season, I believe it got decided in Malaysia. Quite early on actually it got decided. But it was a short Canada with New Zealand Ryan. But we got to get into these stages and the championship still hasn't been decided yet. But I haven't seen much AOR leagues right now where it has been decided yet. But we could get some championship deciders on a few leagues tonight, but not many. So it won't be decided yet. But New Zealand Ryan holding strong at the moment. He hasn't been getting much coverage so far this race, but that's because he's been doing so well. He has been very consistent. The lowest position he's got is P5. He hasn't scored anything lower than P5 in this race, in this championship. And it could be consistency is key. At the end of the championship, it may not be down to win rate. It may be to be who can keep the most consistency. As Greek Master's lowest position is 8th so far, and it could be 9th if Gamble's got less penalties than him. So this could be very costly for Greek Master in terms of the championship, because at the end of this, New Zealand Ryan will be leading the championship. Because obviously New Zealand Ryan will get the full 25 points. So it has been, to be honest, been Ryan versus Greek Master all season. And for those of you that are wondering if Fenn's got a penalty, yes, Fenn has got 1. So Fenn is going to pretty much, even though he's going to battle Jared on track, he's still going to be finishing in P3 because Jared hasn't got any penalties. So, for those of you that are wondering right now, so this has been a very good Grand Prix. So no major drama at this stage, which is good. And it's been a good lively chat as well. So you guys have been keeping me with some very good info as well. So it's all been good. And we've got Neon Tudome on the back of that laggy person though. He's in DRS range. Is he going to open his DRS flap? Yes, he is. He's got low ERS at the moment. He's on 38%. He's not climbed it up to 5 yet, so I don't think he doesn't need to. So we'll just have to find out. Luckily, I caught P6 at just the right moment, as a few of you guys want me to catch up to that. As we're on the final lap right now, as New Zealand Ryan is potentially going to be on course to win this race. It's going to be very tight between Neon Tudome and that laggy person. Oh, Fenn has got another 3-second time penalty. That will be 6 seconds. That's probably going to not make any difference, I don't think, for the championship. I don't think. So that's not going to make a difference. So I wonder how that's going to turn out. Neon Tudome into turn 1. A bit of a lock-up from Neon Tudome. He's probably going to get the run into turn 2 pretty soon. HO is ping on the last lap. I think you can tell that is a day and that's not him. So we'll just have to find out pretty soon as well. Bend is around about 5 seconds behind Jared as well. So this is going to be very feisty as well. We just don't know which battle to check out as well. As that Neon Tudome is going to try and catch up to laggy person. He's doing well. Oh, we got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? Oh, it's Greekmaster. He's slowing down. Oh, no. Greekmaster's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel, Greekmaster. Oh, no. Couldn't this race get any worse for Greekmaster? But New Zealand Ryan comes across the line. He takes the win. As Jared comes across in second. Fenn's in P3. I wonder where Warden's going to come across the line due to penalties. Probably going across that. Warden's in 4th. Let's watch that laggy person in the Tudome. Oh no, that's gonna be Greekmaster's worst ever finish. That is very sad. I feel bad for him. But Neon Tudome, due to penalties, has got 5th place. That's one of his best results. So well done to him. Roscoe 1 takes the line in 7th. DLG Gamble is in 8th, going to come across the line in 8th. But what a race it could have been for Greekmaster. He is stuck in 6th gear. He can't go into 748. Oh my word. He's gonna, I think, is this going to be his worst finish? Yes, it is. What could have been? He's hit the wall. He's not very happy whatsoever. That is going to be... That might be game-changing. That might be game-changing right here. As New Zealand Ryan takes... Oh, it's not running out of fuel. It's Puncher. It's a Puncher. Oh, I think it was a rear Puncher, I think. Oh, no. Could this be the race where it cost Greekmaster the championship? We'll have to find out. As we've got our podium celebrations, we've got New Zealand Ryan on the top step once again. And we got Fens and Jared bring up the rear. Fens' strategy works out to perfection to get that P3. So, very, very happy about that. And here is your final standings with New Zealand Ryan in 1st, Jared in 2nd, Fens in P3, Warden in P4, Neon Tudome. If I will have to give driver of the day, that will have to be either go to Fens or Neon Tudome. I would say, I don't know if he will be my driver of the day. I think it'll be Fens. Because he was able to get that strategy right, and also Neon Tudome. I think they'll be joint drivers of the day, in my opinion. That laggy person in 6th, not a bad result for him due to the penalties, 15 seconds. Roscoe Arm in 7th, Gamble in 8th, Greek Master in 9th, and obviously HO disconnecting. And your non-finishers are Mars Berserk and Prez BC. What a race here in F1 Oceania. It's time to get our top 3 into the chat right now. So hold on a second. I'm going to be starting a Xbox party. I hope you enjoyed that race. Hopefully, I was able to capture most of the battles being on my own. Hopefully, fingers crossed anyway. And let me just get the top 3 in. Got Jared. I think I got New Zealand Ryan added as a friend, I think. Or he might be appearing offline. Where is he? Do I have him as a friend? I don't know. Let me just find out. Hold on a second. I think I do. Because I swear, but I think Charlie added him. No, I haven't got him as a friend. There we go. Because I think Charlie or Fitcho usually adds him into the party anyway for interviews. That's why. So, we've got Jared. Hopefully. So if I cancel this a second. Apologies for the delay. I'm just trying to get people in the party at the same time. Got Jared. I definitely have Fens as a friend, so I will be adding them as well. Oh! It just went. I swear it just went. Well, I'll add Fent and Jared anyway because I have them as a friend. Hopefully when Ryan adds me, he can join the party. So we will get them in the party, and I will just do the whole magic thing there. There we go. So it would also help if I can get speakers on the right thing as well. Oh, we got New Zealand Ryan as well in the party. That is good news. I think my audio's fine. Yep, there we go. So we have got our top 3 in the party, and first of all, I'd just like to say congratulations to Ryan again on your pretty much dominant victory. You took the lead in turn 1, and you stayed there. Not much action happening for you, so can't really comment on that. But are you happy to now take the lead of the championship?
Yes, I wasn't expecting to be getting that many points over the championship rival. But got a good start, and then was able to skip away thanks to these two battling pretty hard for the second. And then I'm guessing Greek got a penalty under the VSC or something, I don't know.
Yes, he did.
That's pretty much it.
And when you saw Greek Master lower down in the field, what were you thinking in your mind? Because you must be in the party with Warden. Were you thinking in your mind yes, or were you thinking in your mind, I've got to focus? What were you thinking?
Yeah, just thinking like gotta capitalise, get the most points possible from this, because it's not many rounds to go.
No, it's not.
It's the best chance with him down the order.
So I do, because you won last week as well, so that's 2 race victories in a row. Are you going to use this motivation for the final 3 rounds? We've got Mexico, we've got Brazil, and we got Abu Dhabi. Are you determined more than ever to get your 3rd championship in a row?
Yes, to put it simply. I don't know. Every time I've won a race in this league, I win 2 in a row and then don't win again. So hopefully I can break that next week.
Yeah,
yeah.
And hopefully we'll see some more battles with you and Greek. So it was a shame not to see that today. But well done to you, Ryan, on another win. And fingers crossed for another good result next week. And we got P2, Jared. Really good result there again. You said in chat it must have been one of your best races. Tell us why you think it's one of your best races, because you were having a good time.
Not Not one of my best races. Just a good race because we're Greek finished. It's behind Hungary. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure Ryan won that one. I was never going to race him or try and push him. He doesn't need any extra pressure. He's already got to go for the championship. So the more room he had, the better, in case he got a time penalty or whatever. So it's pretty much a perfect race today, considering what happened with old mate.
Yes, and you also have possibly had a Fens in contention as well, potentially as well. When you saw Fens not that far behind, obviously you knew about the penalties. Were you a bit under pressure at that point? Or...
No, because of the penalties.
Yeah. So you were able to keep it together pretty much for the whole race then. And was it your plan to be on the same strategy as you were, or did it change last minute?
Nah, same strategy, same thing I did in SRL, so just wanted to make sure I got P2, nothing more, as I said earlier. But yeah, perfect race. So GG to Ryan for that win. Hopefully he can get the buddy championship.
Hey, cheers.
Yes, well done to you, Jared. And another good result also for P3 Fens. Another podium. Once again, you must be on. You got fourth last time in Japan. Is it nice to be back? On the podium, where you were the only one to get points for Great Master. Do you think you can still close to Williams? Do you think after that race, to Williams? Sorry, close to Ferrari. Sorry, after this race, how do you feel after that race?
Well, I mean, I was quite surprised that I got a podium. I was a bit lucky because I remember like a couple hours before the race, I had to update my game, so was a bit unprepared, but. Yeah, just trying to get some points so that we can just wrap up the constructors, hopefully by Mexico.
And you were pretty much the only one to go, one of the only, well, there was about 2 or 3 people as well to go on the alternate strategy and start on the softs. Was it your plan all along? Do you think after the race, do you think you were able to get past a few people to get some moves done, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with the way I progressed through the field, but it wasn't my plan to go on this, so I was hoping to go on ultras because I knew the plan would work, but yeah, is what it is.
And
Still happy.
And you are pretty much going to be in P4, or you're going to still catch up to Jared as well, because the battle for P3 is still on. I don't know how many points is between them. It's pretty much going to be the same as before. I'm not going to ask the same question as I did last week, but do you think P3 in the championship is still on the cards?
I mean, it is, but I doubt it would happen. Something really unfortunate would have to happen to Jared for that to happen. Yeah,
so that'll be good. So well done to the top 3 as per usual for your podium. Ryan for the win, Jared in P2 and Vens in P3. And I would just like to point out New Zealand Ryan and Jared were the only people in the race not to get penalties. So props to those 2. And thank you so much for watching.
Goats.
Yeah, goat. GG. Thank you so much for watching the stream. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you also to our sponsors, Hype Energy, Elgazo and Thrustmasters, and due to Amiga Racing for providing obviously the equipment and all that and stuff like that. We'll be back same time again next week at 8 PM Australian time for the Mexican Grand Prix, so make sure you tune in for that. If you want more AOR action, make sure you tune in at 7 PM UK time for the start of the European Leagues. We've got PS4, then Tier 1 at 7. We got PC Tier 1 at 8, and we got Xbox Tier 1 at 9 o'clock. With all the other tiers, F2, F3 and F4 will be broadcasted at the same time as PC F1 at 8 PM. So until then, I've been Just Games 95. Thitcher will be back next week. Have a good evening, everybody, or morning, or wherever you are in the world. And good night. Enjoy.